just dropped.
I talk to people all the time that have hired the wrong team to work on their Amazon store. What that means is just hiring someone who's like trying to scam you. And that's not necessarily the case. There's actually a lot of people online who are very good at marketing, very good at convincing you that they're very good at e-commerce and will deliver results for you, but the reality is they don't know anything about e-commerce. They actually would not even know how to pick a good product or how to list the product correctly. The reality is that they're either just having some team on the other side of the world run the whole thing, and that's just the marketing face of that, foreign team, or some of these people are just completely handing you off. So actually they're just brokers. Those are worst case. There's other people out there that, look, I actually believe that these guys are trying to deliver for their clients, but they just don't really know what they're doing. I hear time and time again where people spend 10, 20, 30, even 50K on products and see the product sitting in their store and it's not moving for 6 months. And they're reaching out to me like, hey, this doesn't seem right. And I'm telling them that is not right. Those products should be moving. On top of that, there's always going to be the people who got burnt by these companies that were doing drop shipping on their accounts. And what ends up happening is that a lot of these companies just don't take responsibility. They're not willing to even try to do any appeals to, get the stores back on board. Amazon can suspend a store for you blatantly breaking their terms of service. An example of that would be drop shipping, which no one should ever do. That's obvious, but there's other things that you have to pay attention to. I mean, you have to pay attention to is you have an IP complaint, on your account. What that means is that you have a brand saying, hey, we don't want you selling our product. And there's a lot of reasons why a brand can do that. The brand can do it because they want to take over the listing. They're the only ones that should be selling that product, so that we can do our research beforehand to avoid brands that are known for issuing IP complaints. These IP complaints, they can be handled. It's really not an issue by having, the correct documentation. There's just a lot of different things where people are not understanding how Amazon works, what it takes to, run the store properly, and when issues arise, they're basically just gonna throw up their hands and say, hey, it's not our responsibility. Responsibility is on the client. You call Amazon. The difference with us is we actually take responsibility, and we're gonna handle the situation and make sure that all of these issues get resolved, and we take full responsibility to make sure that your accounts are in good standing. If you know how to actually communicate with Amazon properly, many of these issues can actually be resolved.